So again, our information comes from the Georgia Oasis website, oasis.state.ga.us. Go to sexually transmitted disease, click Get Table, and again we're looking at STD rates for the year 2019 across all ages, and we're going to select rural counties. Again, we're looking at all STDs except congenital syphilis across all genders, races. And again, look at definitions. Non-rural is any county with 50,000 or more population. Rural is any county having a population of less than 50,000. And you should know the STD rate formula. Again, the number of STDs divided by the population times 100,000. So the rate is per 100,000. So click on rural, click get data, and we can download all this data. Again, you don't need to do this. I've done this for you. I'm just showing you where the data comes from. Likewise, non-rural, click get data, and you can download this same information into a spreadsheet. I have already done that for you and put that data on Canvas under STD rate rural versus non-rural. Just click that link, download that Excel file, open that file, and start your abstract from that file there. Just as you see here, again, click the link to download and then open up the Excel file. If you need to, choose enable editing so that you can make changes to that file, but this is the data, the raw data that you need to create your t-test. Again, if you don't have the t-test data analysis tool pack under data on your ribbon menu, go to file, options on the far left, under Excel add-ins, and choose the data analysis tool pack or VBA tool pack. I don't know what the VBA is, but I would select them both and go under manage. Again, click OK and make sure both of those are checked. So again, click the data analysis tool pack and select t-test, two sample assuming equal variances. Click OK. Again, under your variable 1 range, make sure you click the labels box. Then you can click the box or cell that says rural and non-rural, as well as the digits. So select all of the cells with data for one sample for your variable 1, and then simply do the same thing for your variable 2. Make sure your cursor is flashing in the variable 2 field. Then again, click on all the cells containing data for that sample. Again, because you clicked on the labels box, you can select the box that says rural and non-rural. Click OK, and you get a new sheet. Again, sheet 1 still has your raw data, but you get a new sheet with your t-test results. And again, you can see the means for the rural and non-rural. You can see the number of observations, the italic N, the total degrees of freedom, and your t-stat. Again, the t, just because it's negative doesn't mean anything. It's the absolute value of that number. So our t value is 2.25, and if you look at the bottom, the t critical two-tail is 1.97. So in this case, our t value is above our critical value, so we do not need to refer to a critical value table. So select insert, again 2D chart, your 2D column chart is what you want to select, and right click on that for get data. Your chart data range is the 2 cells containing the 2 means, and your horizontal category axis label are the 2 cells containing the terms rural and non-rural. So you select those appropriately, click OK, and it creates a chart with simple labels. Now, with Windows, you can go to the right to that chart and click Chart Elements, or once the chart is selected, you can go to the top left on the ribbon menu and select Chart Elements as well. Again, the chart has to be selected for those ribbons to be available. If the chart is not selected, you'll never see those ribbons. So I would recommend a primary horizontal and a primary vertical axis title for each of these graphs. Again, the primary vertical, let's think of what that number is. What is that number? That is the STD rate per 100,000 people. So simply label it as such. Again, keep in mind per 100,000. I think that's important to know as well. Again, that's why you looked at your definitions to see what exactly that number is that we're looking at. Likewise, with the horizontal axis title, it's not always necessary. You can see what the columns are titled, but it's good practice to create a title and insert there. Again, just simply rural versus non-rural STD rate, something appropriate like that. And again, with the chart title as well, it should be clear and concise and tell us everything we're looking at. What is it, the STD rate for a certain year? So we start off with 2019. Again, we're looking at STD rate means between what two groups? Rural Georgia counties and non-rural Georgia counties. And that's really all it needs is what factor we're looking at and the two groups that we're comparing, basically. So creation of this chart and your t-test results will get you ready for the abstract that we will do in lab this week. So before the abstract is due, I want you to have up to this point that you see on this video completed. And again, you can add a chart or a data label. It's not required, but I kind of like it. Again, it's a personal thing. And I also like if you're going to, you don't need that many significant digits in your mean either. So you can clean up the mean a little bit. And again, those cells are linked to the data that's on the chart. Likewise, if you want to change the title rural and non-rural to something different, you would change those titles in the cells since they are linked to the graph. And again, the graph, just select and copy, and you can paste that into a Word document, which we will do next week.